Well, 4 Canadians are in the field this week at Royal Troon. Corey Connors, Nick Taylor, Adam Hadwin, and Mackenzie Hughes. Connors played well last week at the Genesis Scottish Open, and all 4 Canadians played in a practice round together on Tuesday. All right, Bob, Corey Connors has 3 top 10s in his last 5 starts, including last week at the Genesis Scottish Open. Is his game trending in the right direction at the right time?
It is, definitely. And you look at what he has accomplished this year. He's played 19 tournaments and made the cut in all 19. So he's had a pretty consistent year, which is sort of Corey's MO. And I do like the fact that he's starting to climb a little bit. Had a tie for 10th place at the U.S. Open as well, which got him into the Olympics. So I think Corey is probably playing the best of the 4 Canadians who are in the field right now. This golf course, might set up for him. He's a very accurate guy off the fairway. Sometimes, you can hit a shot to the right spot, though, and you get a bad bounce, and you don't get the rewards from a good shot necessarily. But I think Corey's played enough. This will be his 5th start in an Open Championship. He's played enough to know that. He's one of the smartest guys out there. We know that as well. So I'm sure he's got a plan worked out with his team to try and put things together. And I'm expecting him to play pretty well. 2021, he was in the hunt till a bad day on Sunday. But I think Corey is a guy who can manage links golf pretty well.
And he's a guy who's had chances at majors before. I'm sure he'll take those lessons again here going forward. Okay, Bob, so 4 Canadians in the field this week at Royal Troon. Who has the best chance to contend this Sunday afternoon?
I can make a case for any of them, as I always say. I mean, Mac Hughes had a tie for 6th here in 21. And that's the best finish by a Canadian golfer anywhere in the Open Championship. That's ever. And so I think he's got some mojo. He played Troon as an amateur. When he was the Canadian Amateur Champion, he came over here and played the British Amateur. He said he made it through the qualifying and got into the match play where he lost in the first round to, believe it or not, Paul Barjon, who's now a PGA Tour player, of course, in France. But I like Mac's sort of thought process. I think Adam Hadwin might be playing the most consistent golf right now in terms of putting good rounds together. He gets a little frustrated sometimes, and I know he's been looking for length, but he doesn't have as much, but you don't need as much length on this golf course, so that could play into his favor. Nick Taylor's the guy who probably needs to play the best right now. He missed the cut in the first 3 majors, and he's slipping badly on that President's Cup lineup, and he's going into the Olympics in a couple of weeks. You don't want to really be doing that on a down note, but if you add them all up, I still think Corey Connors is the guy who probably has the best shot if you're talking about a Canadian to get his name etched on the claret jug.
So much on the line for the Canadians, not only this week, but like you mentioned, for the President's Cup a little later this year.